Alright, Joe Leigh here for Seconds Out with heavyweight Nathan Gorman. Newly, of course, announcing your signing with Wasserman Boxing. But before we get on to that, I don't think I've ever done an interview. I haven't done one with you before. How are you? And nice to meet you as well.
Nice to meet you, mate. I'm very well. How are you?
Yeah, good. Can't complain being in central London.
No, definitely.
And obviously, as we say, to announce your signing with Wasserman Boxing.
Yeah, definitely.
Must be delighted.
Very happy, very honoured. Yeah, I'm very happy to be with them, to be fair. I think they're going to take off. They've mentioned some very good things to me.
Yeah.
I'm just happy, yeah, I'm happy that the deal's done. Obviously I'm signed with them. It's a new venture, a new platform, a new lease of life, to be fair. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And how long has this deal been in the pipeline?
It's been done for about a week.
Okay.
Yeah, last week, yeah, it was done. So yeah, I'm happy, mate. Really happy.
Must be a good deal, obviously, doing it in that short amount of time and coming straight here.
It was a deal I couldn't refuse, to be fair. It's too good to refuse. Like I said, they've got obviously Sky dates, etc. They've got the backing with the Wasserman, the Sal, and listen, look at the job they've done in the past for like Povetkin and all stuff like that. So they've promoted good heavyweights. So hopefully I'm the next one to lead the path.
So is the main reason for you signing with these guys, is it money, is it the big fights? And if they are the big fights, part of the reason you're here, which ones can we kind of expect and how soon can we see you back at that level?
A bit of everything, to be fair, mate, but obviously they mentioned some big names to me, you know, some good names, some good domestic names, some good international names. Obviously I can't say who and when and where yet, but I got to get my first one out of the way first, which will be someone decent. It'll be a good test. They're not here to play around, you know what I mean? I think they're here to take over, to be fair.
What was the conversation like between you and Frank when you decided to leave him and beat him?
There's no animosity at all between me and Frank. It's business at the end of the day. He'll understand thoroughly. New deal. I wanted a new start, you know, new lease of life, etc. So there was no animosity at all between it.
Is it something that I've been building up for a while, maybe since the Dubois fight, that you wanted to find a new partner?
Not at all. Obviously, after my last fight, I was training, etc., waiting for dates and stuff, and it just wasn't coming. And obviously, I didn't get in contact with management. They got in contact with my management team, and it went from there. Like happened all very fast within 10 days.
Wow.
So yeah,
must have been a good offer, and as you just said, after your last fight, which was in March.
Yeah. So another thing, inactivity. With these, I'm going to be very active, hopefully every 2 to 3 months. So that's the main thing, I think, as a heavyweight. Providing obviously injuries and stuff like that. That's the main thing, activity.
So when can we expect you?
November, December. There's no penciled in date, but November, December. So it'd be like end of November, beginning of December. So next 10 weeks, 10, 12 weeks.
Did the fact that kind of Eddie's with the zone now, did that kind of change your mindset at all? Obviously being with Sky, that's the big platform that everyone knows has that machine.
Well, without being horrible, all the big fights has been on Sky Sports, haven't they? You know, but you got obviously Joshua boxing on Sky Sports, etc. You got, not even now, years and years ago. Not dissing BT or anything like that, but I think it's a massive platform. So it was a bit of a no-brainer for me to sign.
So I know you said it was very quickly that you did decide, but you must be delighted with your decision then?
Oh yeah, I'm over the moon with it. I'm just happy and excited and looking forward to what comes next. Like I said, obviously it's a fresh page for me. I was with Frank for 4 to 5 years, so it's a new page for me, it's a new leaf in the book. And I'm excited just to get me, Wasserman and Sal debut and the ball rolling.
Of course, you're in the biggest division.
Oh yes, it's a big
literally,
division,
and in terms of money and in terms of stature. It's obviously moved on since you fought with Daniel. I want to quickly talk about Daniel and his kind of comeback. Well, yeah, comeback since Joe, but also his American debut. How well do you think he's doing?
Listen, everyone in this country, I think, is leading the way. You obviously got the top boys. You got Tyson, you got Joshua, then below you got like fringe level. You got White, Chisora, then you got us. Obviously Joyce belongs to that level as well. Then you got us. I think all of them is doing incredibly well. Daniel obviously had his American debut. I think that was just for him to get exposure in America. Listen, the lad was no good to him whatsoever, really. Being honest, the lad wasn't good enough to tie his shoelaces, really. But it was just all about him getting exposure over there. So you can commend him for that, and he's doing well.
Would you ever want that rematch? Obviously, in the first fight, you were going through extremely difficult circumstances leading up to that.
Yeah, of course I would. Of course I would. I'd love to, but if it doesn't come, there's no point me looking across the road and pointing fingers saying I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to fight him. I got to concentrate on me and do what I do. So I got to concentrate and win my next fight.
Yeah.
If it comes and we end up crossing paths, great. I'd love to set the record straight. So
I think I'd love to see that. And also on the heavyweight division, obviously Tyson fighting very soon. Wilder, the trilogy. People are seeing. I always mention this, but he shadow boxing in the scene. Everyone's thinking, oh, he's changed. Do you think he has? Deontay, do you think he can come back for the third time?
I don't think he beats Tyson. I really don't. I think Tyson beats him 7 days a week.
Yeah.
He's just too good, Tyson is. Listen, without any means necessary, if Deontay Wilder Richie is putting your head into Mars. There's no question about that, because the man is the biggest heavyweight puncher who's ever lived. But I think Tyson's just too good. I think if Tyson's fit, happy, motivated, he beats them all.
AJ Usyk, not long to go now.
Another thing, I think AJ wins that. I think all depends what AJ wants to do with that. Under 6, if he wants to take him out there, or if he wants to, like he did with Joseph Parker, box and move and come out unscathed to set up a big fight with Tyson, he'll do that.
You think it's in his hands then, AJ's?
I think it's an 80-20 in AJ's favour, yeah. But you can't dismiss, obviously, Alexander Usyk with Olympic gold medal, unified cruiserweight division, and any man over 15 stone can punch. So it'll be interesting to see, but he hasn't been hit by a man like Anthony Joshua.
Yeah. Now, obviously, as we spoke about at the start, you're just moving to kind of Sky, Wasserman, with Sauerland and everyone. Do you think AJ should stay on Sky? And if so, why or why not? Because obviously the other option is going to be DAZN or other people. With kind of your experience, I know you're just starting with Sky.
Truthfully, it all depends what he wants to do and how can I put it, the deals, I suppose. Listen, he's a smart man, he's a multi-millionaire, and he's far from daft. But it's a business, all comes down to money, opportunities, etc. He's obviously been with Sky since day one. I'd imagine they're going to do any means necessary to keep hold of him. But on the other hand, he's been with Eddie Hearn since day one, so his loyalty to the pair, I'd imagine it will be a nail-biting decision for him.
If you were in his shoes right now, what would you do?
Well, with Sky, he's got box office and things like that. Obviously, I can't imagine DAZN putting a box office. I don't know. I really don't know a box office show on top of the monthly subscription. But by the funds, I don't know. I really don't know. It all depends on the money and, like I said, the opportunities they bring. Can they bring in the Tyson fight? You know what I mean? Can they? So there's all sorts, really.
Yeah. And kind of bringing it back to yourself, what do you make of the new streaming platforms? We see Fight Zone, DAZN.
I think it's really good. I think it's good for boxing. Listen, the more competitors, the better, I think, because that's a good thing for us fighters, because whoever fights us with different promoters, different streamers or backers, we can get fights made then. You know what I mean? So if there's someone with an opposite stable, you can get fights made. So it's good.
Brilliant. Well, look forward to seeing you make your debut hopefully before the end of the year.
Touch wood.
And we'll catch up soon. Thanks for that.
No problem.
Appreciate it.